They told me that my needing things was too much, way too hard. So I learned to drown in silence and call it being strong and bold. They told me that my needing things was too much, way too hard. So I learned to drown in silence and call it being strong and bold. I was more the first time someone cited what I asked. The weight of what one need from me became a kind of test. They tired out the people who were supposed to have the room for all of me, and so I learned to shrink before I bloomed into someone who takes up the space a person ought to take. I made myself convenient, I made myself easy for their sake, and every time I needed something I would check the cost before I let the asking out, and most times it got lost. Now I'm the one who says I'm fine while falling through the floor. Now I am the one who waves it off and locks the door on anyone who tries to see the thing I'm carrying. I have perfected looking fine while genuinely drowning. I've skipped the meal, I've skipped the rest, I have skipped the call for help because I learned somewhere that needing was my fall from being valuable to being heavy, being a chore, and I would rather sink in silence than be that anymore. They told me that my needing things was too much, way too hard. So I learned to drown in silence and call it being strong and bold. They told me that my needing things was too much, way too hard. So I learned to drown in silence and call it being strong and bold. There was a night I tried to push away the only hand that reached for me, and for the first time someone took a stand and stayed despite my push and stayed despite my I am fine. And something cracked inside the wall I built across the line. Oh, what I would allow myself to need from anyone. I cried the kind of crying that had been 20 years undone, and nobody flinched and nobody lived and nobody's hiding. For the first time being needy did not mean I died. So now I practice saying to do what they used to cause. I practice asking blindly for the things I would have lost inside before, because I thought my needing was a debt. I'm still learning, still relearning what I never got to get, which is the simple fact that humans need each other to exist. The needing is not weakness, it is being on the list. The people who are alive enough to reach instead of hide, and I take up the space now that I used to step aside. They told me that my needing things was too much, way too hard. I'm not too much, I just needed more. That's the truth I finally told. They told me that my needing things was too much, way too hard. I'm not too much, I just needed more. That's the truth I finally told. Not too much, never was. I needed more, that's all it was. I get to ask now, and I will.